Hey guys, good afternoon and happy Monday to you. This is Kim, your independent designer with Chalk Couture and Chalk is Chic. I'm going to get this pulled up super quick and shared over onto my VIP page in case somebody wants to hop on there. But I hope y'all are doing super fantastic. Happy Monday. It is the first Monday in April. Hopefully this month, I don't want to wish it to fly by, but hopefully all of this quarantine stuff goes by quickly and we can get back to a little bit of normalcy. But I'm going to get this pulled up so I can see comments as they come over. We are going to be mixing and matching a couple of my favorite transfers. One of the transfers, hey Krista, one of the transfers that I'm going to be using is still available, and then another one is not, and I'm only using that one because I love the bee so much better. So this is a found surface. Believe it or not, you can find surfaces. They don't have to be Chalk Couture. I can't talk about where I found it, but I can tell you it's a found surface. All I did was take some Dixie Belle chalk paint, and I am not affiliated with Dixie Belle in any way, but I love using their chalk paint, and I used the color Daisy to paint a couple of layers of chalk paint there on my little tray. So what we're going to do is take some black velvet chalk paste to complete our project today, and guys, that's the only color we're going to be using. Hey Leanne. So we're not going to use any other color but black velvet. That is it. Which, if you know me, you know that that's pretty much not the way I usually roll. But this is a really cute tray. And I knew just as soon as I saw it that I wanted to do something bee related on it just because of that wood. It's just super cute. So we're going to do a little spin on some transfers. Hey Leanne. And we're going to do Home is sweeter than honey. So, I mean, right now that is a true statement. I think some of us are ready to get out of our house though. But we can find a lot of celebration too in what we're doing and having to go through. So I'm making sure that this is kind of lined up. I'm not really paying attention up there because I know that that's cut a little bit off. But we do want to make sure we have an even amount of space from side to side. So I'm looking at that really fast. And let me measure how big this actually is. So I can use my placement tape and roll it right back up, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. And the inside of my tray is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3/4. So we're about at 6.25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right about there, which I can reuse tape. And this was 6.5, so we need to go 3. 1, 2, 3, and 3/4. So we're going to be right at the edge of the E. So I know that I get really picky about how I line things up, but there is method to my madness. I do want it to be as centered as humanly possible. So I just took basically the tray, measured from inside to inside, divided it in half, and I know I'm going to be about 6.25-ish, and then the halfway mark, believe it or not, is right there with that letter E. So we're just looking at this again. That looks pretty good. So we have Home is Where, and we're not going to chalk this whole entire transfer. We're just going to do Home is Sweeter than Honey. Hey Heather. So I am going to be mixing and matching. I am going to be using a bee that is not part of this actual design. The one I'm using today is from our Chalk Stories collection, the Bee's Knees, and it is a super cute collection. I still haven't even done the hive. I have it, but I have not done that yet, so maybe we'll be doing a bee theme this week. I don't know. We might do that. But we're going to do Home is So we have that one chalked. I am going to take my dryer, go ahead and dry that. And we are going to put our other piece down towards the bottom because I'm going to do some separation of my actual words. So we're going to do Sweeter Than Honey down here at the bottom. And I do want to line this up. I'm looking to see where my center is with this and just kind of getting this lined up. Sometimes with the tray, just because of how it's angled, you do have to kind of work with it sitting up a little bit. And in fact, we'll put that right there and see if that helps a little bit. Hopefully y'all can still see. But that looks pretty good. I'm just looking to see how far off we are, if any. It looks pretty good though. So we are going to take our chalk paste. I'm going to make sure, just doubly check this. So we are going to just squeegee on and squeegee off. And even though we measured that home is, it is still, I don't know if it's the amount of letters, it's still throwing me off a little bit. The way it is lined up. So we may end up adding something small over there. We'll see what we have to do after we get this wording on here. So there is Sweeter Than Honey. So the Sweeter Than Honey one is part of a B-size transfer. And then home it says home is where your honey is. And that one is part of a C-size transfer of this collection. But we are just using bits and pieces of it and kind of making it what we want it to be. I think what we'll do is take our little, we have a little tiny beehive, and we'll put the beehive over here to kind of balance it out a little bit, because even though we measured, it still just doesn't look completely even-ish to me, and I think it's just because of where that middle ground is this E, so it looks really heavy on this side because of lettering instead of on this side. So it's weird how your eyes play tricks on you, but we can take a little bitty beehive, which is super cute. It's part of the home, or Sweeter Than Honey one. We can line up our little beehive right kind of in the center, as close to that lettering as we can. And then if you look at that, that kind of balances everything out. It's just a little bit different than I had anticipated doing, but it's a-okay. It's all about balance at the end of the day. And that's coming from a person that's crazy OCD about stuff. But we are just using black Chalkology paste. It is possible to do a design with just one Chalkology paste. Even though we typically like to do more, it is very possible to do just one color. So, Sweeter Than Honey. And we have a couple of bees. So we're going to put a bee kind of close up here. We are going to be working with a bee that is not part of this collection, but it happens to be one of my favorite ones. And it comes from a retired transfer, Be Humble and Kind. And it's absolutely positively one of my favorites. So let me look and make sure I'm good and I don't have anything on the back side. And I'm just chalking a couple of extra bees down there of that one. And then we have one more. I don't want to add too much to this, and I'm definitely We have honeycomb, 2 different types of honeycomb, but I really and truly, I looked at this before I went live, believe it or not, because I usually don't look at a lot of things before I go live. But I didn't like the way the honeycomb lined up because there's no way to get it flush against the side of this. And it just kind of just didn't mesh well with this design. Only because this actual tray has the edges and it just makes it next to impossible to actually line it up and make it look great. So we have those bees done. I'm not going to overdo the bees because we just kind of want this still to be simplistic. But I am going to use the bee from Be Humble and Kind. It's a large bee, but it's so, so gorgeous. The detail on it is just incredible. I am going to see that we are lined up, and we are. And I may go back after we get done with this and look at it and just kind of like think on it for a day or so and add some more stuff here to the side. But sometimes simplicity is just more. So I don't want to add too much and not be happy with it. So I'm probably going to just chill after we do this little bee or big bee, however you want to look at it, and see what it looks like and just kind of like think about it. Sometimes projects are a work in progress, but look at that bee, y'all. This is truly, truly, when I first started, this was retiring, and then they brought this back in the vault, and I am so excited that they did, because I was able to get several copies of it because I love this bee. It is my all-time favorite. So this is just a spin-off on, you know, quarantine, if you will. Saying home is sweeter than honey. We're spending a lot of time at home, but guys, I'm telling you, one thing I've learned over the last couple of weeks is sometimes God has a funny way of being humorous and slowing us all down, and we are so busy and incredibly just going all over the place all the time that sometimes things are a blessing in disguise, believe it or not. Now, I'm not saying COVID is a blessing. It's not. But being quarantined at home, spending time with loved ones that you normally wouldn't get, not being rushed to go anywhere, to baseball, to soccer. I mean, I know that we all have different things that are going on with this, and people are sacrificing a lot of different things in a lot of different ways, especially our kids that are missing out on graduations and proms and those things that they can't get back. It's just time, a lot of time for reflection. So I just want y'all to embrace it, spend time with those that you love to spend time with, enjoy this time. Because, you know, none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. So this is just a quick spin-off of quarantine times, but home is sweeter than honey, and it truly is. I hope that you and yours are getting to spend time with those people that you love to spend time with. And guys, life is incredibly short, so embrace it. Enjoy this time together, even if your kids are getting on your nerves. Just love them anyway. But I hope y'all have a good evening. Happy Monday. I'm going to get a couple of things done and get back to flipping my schedule into real adult life for this week. Hey, Maggie. But this is just a quick spin-off on quarantine times, but it's still so true, and I love this bee. Super duper cute. But y'all have a splendid evening. I look forward to talking with you more tomorrow night, and who knows, we may do the big beehive, so you'll have to stay tuned for that one. But I love y'all to pieces. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing, and I will chat soon. Thanks, guys.